Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Solid Podcast. I am your host, Doc Rock. And today I have my friend, my home slice, Kimee. I'm not going to ever butcher your name. We've been friends like 10 years, and I still can't say your name.
5 years, so I guess so. Balmilero, like how it's spelled.
See?
I think people just get intimidated by the 9 letters, but it's really Bal, B-A-L, Bal,
And I get that.
M-I-M-I, L-E-R-O, Lero, Balmilero. But
See,
people see it and they're like,
I'm dumb because as a
You're not
person who
dumb.
can speak Spanish, that's just the way it is. And it shouldn't have required any other thought because it's almost Balmilero.
Exactly. It's like that song, Balmilero,
Yeah, see?
Balmilero. Well, it's
Your
not the
version
actual
was much
song.
better than my version. Holy shit. Anyway, as you can see, we are an explicit tag show, so don't be worried if I say something that makes your Filipino blood boil. You can just let it out. I feel like my mom is staring at the back of my neck over there, like, oh, it hot, it hot. Anyway, Kimee, oh my God. First of all, it's been a long time. We haven't had a chance to catch up. Super bummed that I missed the nuptials.
Oh,
Well,
yes. It was a lot of fun.
God, that was
I got married 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago.
party of the century. I had
It was.
surgery about 3 days before that, and I was all cock diesel, like, yeah, I'm going. And the night before,
His planning was poor,
the
basically.
night before, I hit myself in the knee with the other knee and bust open my stitches.
You hit yourself with it. I don't even understand how that
So
happens.
you know how you're supposed to sleep with like the pillow in betwixt the legs, so that way you wouldn't hit it.
You just forgot a pillow?
And keep it elevated. No, I got high, so I threw it out. I grabbed the pillow,
and
literally
then
threw
the
it out.
gravity literally smacked your knee next to the other knee, and you needed surgery.
I was sleeping,
This
and
is
then I
a-
rolled over, and then I assume it was my knee hit the knee. It could have, never mind. Anyway, I guess I turned over one
Humble
way,
brag.
and then boom. Next thing you know, I woke up, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that
And
looks
it's
so hot.
broken.
It was jacked, but it's getting better now. I still walk with a limp, like 50 Cent, but she go. It's kind of cool.
Great.
So catching
It was
up-
awesome.
Besides the nuptials, first of all, I'm super, super proud of you because of your new position. And I hate people that drop spoilers, so I won't even go near what it is, but you can say what it is, but we won't get into any like descriptions of what you do or nothing.
Well, the show just premiered, so there's a lot for people to look forward to.
Yes.
So he's
I
talking about
watched
Hawaii
it.
5-0.
I watched it today, right before we came on.
Oh,
'Cause I
good.
wanted to
He
see
did
if-
research.
Hey, that's a high quality drunk show.
It is, yes.
Yes, Oban is
Oh,
good.
did he, a high quality drunk show.
Yes, sorry, I was yelling at John who's making drinks over there.
My husband's out there putting together whiskey. That's how you say. That's bar terms. I don't know. Excuse me, sir. Can you put together a drink for me?
Damn, John, if I knew you poured such good
Yay,
drinks,
John LeBlanc, everybody.
when HB 44 passed, I would have proposed. Dude, what kind of show are you turning this into? Good Lord.
You don't have to drink it all at the same time. I don't know how you do it.
She cute. She funny, y'all. Anyway, so how did it happen? Just explain how you did it.
For 5-0, I mean, I'd actually done it back in season 2, and when season 7 came along, Rachel Sutton, the Hawaii casting director, called me, and she's always been super supportive. I think that's a really cool thing about this community is that we have our casting directors, like Rachel Sutton and Brent and their entire office are super accessible and super supportive of the local community. So this opportunity came up, and Rachel called me in, and I auditioned like everyone else, and I got my first call back to go in, and was asked to improvise actually. Yeah, was actually to improvise the character. Rachel was still kind of giving me the script and everything, and they sent it off to Peter Lenkoff and the team, and they enjoyed it, and now here I am, and it's pretty. I mean, it's insane. Like whenever I say it out loud, it just sounds crazy because I am, like I keep saying, I'm a kid from Kaneohe, and I've been in the business for a long time, but yeah, but to have this opportunity to be home in Hawaii and with my family and with my new husband and get to work on this great show with so many wonderful people. The team is great, the cast is great, the crew is great. They work really, really hard. It's an amazing blessing. So yeah,
Man,
that's how it happened.
that's so awesome. So, little backstory. Back when I had our creative space, the greenhouse, we all used to hang out. one day Kimee had this crazy idea. She goes, "Hey, we're going to throw improv classes," and I was like, "Hey, that's cool." And
This is like 5 years ago.
like me, like I'm sure most people just go to improv and you think of comedy, but there's I found out through Kimee, thanks for the lessons, that there's even straight improv or emotional improv or various things. And
Bless you. He just burped.
yeah, it was
Trying to hide it, but
I was
he
trying to
totally
hide
straight
it.
up burped.
Thanks, Kimee. The BTS. I thought the thing that was so amazing to me is you could be having a bad day, right? Just not really feeling it. And then we'll get ready to have class. And then a couple times, Kimee would let me harass the class. And
I don't know if I let you.
couple minutes into
Just to be clear.
class, Bob. Couple minutes into class, like your mood changes. Like it turns out that when you're in a position where you're forced to like create an alternative reality and act a certain way or do a certain thing, it can change your mood, help you lift your confidence. Like it was like the coolest thing ever to me. And I'll never forget those lessons. Those lessons were awesome.
Oh, good.
And to see you going from doing that stuff to, doing gigs here and there, commercials, a couple shows and stuff you worked on, and then to be like a named homie on 5-0.
It's really cool. And again, it's just, major kudos to the entire team at CBS and Hawaii 5-0 for believing in local actors. I mean, Taylor and Dennis, who've been on the show since season 1, and a whole bunch of other local actors who have been featured. I mean, it really says something that they're looking out for us and understand the talent that Hawaii has to offer. So it is really neat. So if you're working on it and want to do it, I mean, there are people who are looking for you. So, and the show's been on for a long time, and a lot of wonderful actors and artists that are local or are from here have already been on the show. So keep working on it and
so if okay, because I've been saying I should do it, but I never tried because I've been busy doing other things. Well,
he's too busy.
And that's a dumb excuse. I tell people all the time, hands down, when you say you're too busy, that's a dumb excuse. You just need to reprioritize because I guarantee
it's a lot of work. I think that's the thing is people, a lot of people think that I'm just gonna show up and I'm gonna be an actor today, and it takes a lot of work. And I think the one thing that I am so blown away by, not the one thing, but one of the things I'm so blown away by with the cast and crew is they work so hard. These people work their butts off. They are working every single day, are there at the ass crack of dawn, and they leave. I mean, one of our the crew was on their Instagram story. They didn't leave or stop working till like 5 a.m. this morning.
God, that's insane.
And they were there since yesterday. I mean, it's just crazy. They work really hard, and so I think that's the kind of the one thing that is that people need to remember. It's sure it can look like such a glamorous thing and it's a lot of fun, but it definitely takes a lot of work. And I mean, I still feel like I'm so new and I'm learning every day from all of these people. So it's like, even from last season, doing the first few episodes of season 7, everything has just been such a bonus, and what a wonderful bonus it's been. I mean, it's just like I get to show up to this set and work with some amazingly talented people all around. So, yeah, keep working. It's not just, hi, I'm going to show up now and I'm going to read these lines and then I'm going to be pretty.
I'm always going to be pretty.
Nice. That's the other thing. And I know we're supposed to be talking about this right here, the festival, but I think it's the whole thing is my I grew up in Kaneohe with the Bright family, or Mr. Bright, Ronald Bright's theater program. And one thing he always taught us is just to be nice and to work hard, because people will remember you. If they're working on one show, they're working on the next. If they're casting one show, they're casting the next. So be nice to everybody and work hard. Show up prepared, please. My goodness.
That's so true.
All.
And actually, part of the reason when my very first episode, I said one of the things I'm going to try to echo in every show. With all the things that are going on and all of the turmoil and everything, a lot of it turmoil.
Yeah. Thank you.
A lot of it just comes down to people basically being nice, or as I like to put it, not being a dick. And it could be
And it's so easy not to be a dick.
the smallest
But people don't
dick
realize
move,
that.
no pun intended. The smallest dick move starts person A mad. Person A then deflects that on the person B, that then deflects that on the person C, and next thing you know, it just rolls downhill, butterfly effect, chaos theory, whatever you want to call it. So I believe in paying unnecessary niceties. Like my favorite thing is to just make someone that I don't even know crack a smile. Say something stupid to them or compliment them or whatever, and hope that that person will then pass it on to other people. So I'm glad you brought that up because that is one of the underlying elements of the show that we try to touch on every show.
Good. It's a great lesson for all ages.
Simple. It's so simple. Like when you're mad at a person, before you get all the way heated and let what's in your mouth come out, just look at them and imagine that person's a person too. There's somebody's mom, kid, brother, daughter, sister, uncle, friend, somebody they know may have gone through a situation, could be in trouble themselves. We find out later on in life, people we thought were like, top dog were basically getting abused or whatever, what's his name? Great football player. Oh my God, Jason Witten from the Cowboys. And here's a guy that, his dad used to just go mental on him all the time. But if you look at him as a player, you watch his interviews, you see how he reacts to people and the programs that he does for the community. Here's a guy that's nice 24/7 in a league that's not very often nice, And then so I think it's always important that, they say walk a mile in somebody's shoes. And you might not think you fit a size 11 pumps, but before you let whatever nasty out your mouth, think about it. It's a person.
Just show up nice.
There you go.
Just be nice. Just be
so,
chill.
Let's touch on the Sketch Fest because
Yay,
from
Sketch Fest.
improv, like I'm still very interested in improv, and I think it's the greatest thing. I think when I talk to you and you tell me things like flow is basically an improv person and have been forever, and then I look at like Tina Fey and all of the guys that went through Second City, and I remember watching what is the Marty Khan show. Showtime. Oh my God, what is that stupid show? Huh? House of Lies, yes.
Oh, right.
And then they did a live all improv version, which was
that's one of my favorites.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Kristen Bell and Dax. And so I look at all of the guys that, have gone through improv, and I'm still very interested. I think it should almost be mandatory in school,
It should be. And, I think a lot of the, theater games and stuff like that, and it kind of goes through different levels. But, I've always really, really enjoyed improv. And I think the cool thing is the acceptance of failure is really great. And, I didn't grow up an athlete. So almost that athlete mentality of, if you have a really shitty show, then you'll move on and do the next and whatever. But also
short-term memory.
Short-term memory, sure. I think, and also being everything is kind of up in the air. There's definitely a technique to it, and there are some amazing people like that show that you mentioned has some of their top players. And they're brilliant. They're brilliant. It's easy to do bad improv, for sure. So when you see it done like that show that Doc had mentioned.
House of Lies. See, John, yeah, I had to get it back.
Yes, it's House of Lies. It's got like Eugene Cordero in it. Ben Schwartz, I think, is in it.
Ben
Lauren
Schwartz.
Lapkus.
He's one of the
Don
funniest
Cheadle.
ones.
Yeah, Ben Schwartz is great. Don Cheadle, Kristen Bell, and other actors. I think the rule was for that show that all of them had to have been on House of Lies. So, but anyway, for me, I also like being part of a team. And improv is definitely it's not stand up, and I think that's one thing that people kind of confuse it with because of the clubs that are named improv and they're stand up clubs, and not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just two different types of things.
Right.
So I do like that it's a team sport, and you can have that show and then really nerd out about it afterwards with your team, and you're still talking about scenes and I could have done this and or we should have done that, or it was great how you did that. It's just there's so many roads to take, and I love that. I love that it's still, even after doing the show, that you can still talk about things that would have worked or not worked or been cool and stuff. So
see that's amazing. And you know what, you being the creator, if you ever have time, I want you to do something similar. And I don't know of a better example, so don't punch me in the face. John Leguizamo has one. The guy Hulk has one, and the Vagina Monologues is the other one. But it's like a monologue slash soliloquy slash, like introspection or introspection let out on stage. I'd love to see one about local life as a stage show, even if it was with a bunch of people, because when I went to Vagina Monologues, I went kicking and screaming. Like, man, I don't want to go to this crap. But it was a girlfriend thing. There was no way I was going to get kicked
I
out.
think there's a play like that. Lee Cataluna does some, Lee Cataluna.
Oh, yeah, that's
She does some
right.
amazing stuff.
Yeah,
And Kuma
one of my
Kuhua
teachers at
Theater
KCC used to
does
do
great.
that too.
It's called like People You Meet at Longs or something
Yes,
like that.
that's the one. That's the one. Is that I haven't, man? I would like to see that again. See,
Yes,
you made me think of that.
Lee Cataluna, Kuma Kuhua Theater definitely supports local talent and
See?
local
Because that
work.
stuff, that's so amazing because it's so deep and it's so internal, and I think it helps people realize not just the struggles that we have here, but the positive that come out of said struggles. What I want to do real quick is get into what's going on with the Sketch Comedy Festival,
Yeah.
and explain it. And I do remember you guys made a video making fun of me like about 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, well, you were mentioned. I don't know if it was. Let's not talk. Actually, let's not talk about that video.
Yeah, that's not.
Let's not talk about that video.
I will. You
Yeah.
ask me privately, I'll say the link
Yeah.
because it's hilarious. But it goes to show the creativity of the sketch comedy. So explain this.
Well, that was before. So the Sketch Comedy Festival, actually, if you talk about kind of supporting local talent. So when I moved back home to Hawaii about 5 years ago, I'd moved from John and I, my husband and I, my then boyfriend, we were living in Los Angeles, and I was studying at Upright Citizens Brigade in Hollywood, and I just loved watching all of them. I'm so blown away, and at every chance I get, I try to go back there and take in the shows because they're just geniuses. And again, like, you can see really, really crappy improv, and when you see really, really good people do that, thankfully it inspires me, but also at the same time it kind of goes like, I quit. And it's just really, really good, and it's just so cool, and they're and they're loving it, and it's really nice. Even when they go off and do TV and movies and all that stuff, they kind of still come back to improv. So it shows you what a great community it is. Anyway, so when I moved home, I started Improv Hawaii. Actually, it was birthed in the greenhouse right here in Kaka'ako, and then from that, we were doing a few years of improv, and it was doing really well. And people were starting to notice it, and I'm like, I'd love to do sketch comedy here. So in 2015, we launched our first Sketch Comedy Festival. And the coolest thing I think about the Sketch Comedy Festival is that it allows local artists to work with professionals, because it's not just, okay, we're going to have a weekend of comedy and sketches and music and all that kind of stuff. We have a thing called the startup team, the HISF startup team, and what it is it's aspiring writers. Most of them have never written comedy before or a script before. And we hook them up with a mentor in Los Angeles. And our mentor for the past few years has been Ann Maddox, who's also part of the UCB Theater in LA and has worked really, really well with us. She has some Hawaii ties, so it's really cool. And they work with her to create a show. So every week they're to submit a sketch to her. She reads them, and then it's kind of like a virtual writer's room. All of the writers log in to either, a shared Google link or a Google Hangout, and they read each other's sketches, they give feedback. Ann Maddox, our mentor, gives her professional feedback. And then at the end of it, on actually this year, October 22nd at Arts at Marks, our startup team has an entire show that they wrote and created on their own. So they have one live sketch and one video sketch that they have to produce. So that's really, really cool. And then another cool thing is on our opening night at the Honolulu Museum on Saturday, October 21st, we have Emmy Award-winning choreographer Kat Burns from the CW show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I've seen a lot of them.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, sure. But it's a musical comedy by an amazingly talented woman named Rachel Bloom, who also is from. I mean, it's just so cool seeing all of these people do so well. She started with improv and sketch too, and she just has this amazing show now, and it's so her. It's just like She's not trying to be anybody else
Yeah.
but herself, and she's kicking major ass. So even though they're in the middle of filming right now, Kat is coming out to work with our opening night cast.
Kick
We're doing
ass.
3 musicals, 3 original comedy musicals. One of them is called Airbnb the Musical. Another one is called Procedural, a Law and Order musical parody. And then the third is the Sugar Ray, the Jukebox musical. So, yeah, see, you're already interested. So Kat Burns is coming in, and she's going to work with our musical theater cast. And again, the entire musical theater cast are local actors,
That's cool.
actors that I've handpicked from seeing community shows. I've either worked with them personally or I've seen their work, and I'm really excited about these people. Our musical theater or our musical cast for Saturday is so stacked. I'm really excited about it. So.
Man, that's
It's gonna
awesome.
be a great year.
I'm going to put up real quick just to be kind of fancy, just show off my cool studio skills. Look, so this right here is a Kickstarter,
there we go.
and again, wait, you get your Vanna White.
It's hard because it's.
It looks like you're
it's-
trying to scratch your feet.
It's like it's opposite. That's why. Oh, there
It's
we go.
it's opposite.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the cool thing is, if you want to support Sketch Comedy Fest, you can. Let me get our heads out of the way. Voila!
There it is.
You can easily support the show by going over to Kickstarter.
Yep.
And
Or you can just go to our website actually because it's all linked there. Because
okay,
I
tell
have
me
a
so that I can do the fancy
husband that
graphics
does
thing
that
on the
stuff.
bottom here. What the logo? I mean, the site is.
The site is hisketchfest.com. That's hisketchfest.com.
This is really. I like the little pineapple setup you got going on.
Thanks.
There.
Those photos are from Jeff Haw,
This is cool.
our wonderful friend. You can find him. He's a kick-ass photographer. jeffhaw.com.
This is cool. So basically, you go to Kickstarter and you're getting tickets, pre-sale tickets, so to speak.
Pre-sale tickets for either night. You can also get a festival pass, which
right here.
includes some cool shirts and also a drink ticket if you're 21 and over. You can also be a sponsor of our show. So, and the other cool thing I should mention is that our show, our festival, is a 501c nonprofit under the local nonprofit, the BizGenix Foundation. So BizGenix is, supporting, the Sketch Festival is under Story U Arts, which is a branch of BizGenix, and the mission of Story U Arts is to support creative and local entrepreneurs. So I think a lot of people, when they're a creative, whether you're an actor or a filmmaker or an artist or a musician, you forget the business side of it. So, through our startup team with a mentor and through, Kat coming in to work with the musical cast, we're encouraging artists to take control of their own destiny, really, and put themselves out there.
You know what's really cool about this?
What?
Is that it feels like it's going to be an amazing show, and you're going to get like something that you would have to travel far to get the same kind of experience, and you can get it at home. I think
Yes.
people forget that we have amazing art stuff here, and they always like, oh, I got to go to so and so to go watch, I don't know, like something like in Vegas. And Hawaii has always had cool stuff like that. So I think you just got to pay attention to what's more local and find resources where you can keep up with it, Facebook and that. And even if you can't go, share it because you might be
please,
busy,
share it.
but your friend ain't busy. Here,
Your friend ain't got no life.
yeah, here, let's put this. I want to
There
put
we
this
are.
out real quick.
That's our first cast. That was year 2. I'm really excited because again, this is like a project that I wanted to do for so long, and I know when I really care about something, when I actually take my time. So I took like a year to work on it before I even shared it with anyone. And I'm a pretty talkative person. I'm an only child, so I like to just go for it. And I'll say it, I'm an oversharer sometimes. So I'm really proud, and my husband's nodding out there. He's like, yes,
Nice.
like, hi, I'm home, and this is what I ate, and this is what I saw, and then I saw this person, and this person was wearing this. So the fact that I could actually kind of keep this to myself and work on it and then release it to everyone was a big thing, and I knew I was serious about it. So I'm pretty stoked that we're going into year 3.
Wow.
Yeah, and the museum, oh my gosh, I should mention the Honolulu Museum. They've been so supportive. Taylor Chang and the Doris Duke team, they love us, and we love them, and we're excited to be back there again. So
The cool thing about this particular show is that I'm going to be traveling to Japan.
yay.
And basically, you guys are doing it the night that I get back. So I'm going to pray for lack of jet lag. Like really, really pray for lack of jet lag and hope that I can get there with enough function to go enjoy it. And if I can't, I'll just come in zombie because I think it just will be so much fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
It is. So I mean, I think everyone should come out, even if you're, if you're not really into that kind of stuff. I mean, just to support local, like Doc said, local artists. And also, you know, it's interesting to have this Kickstarter happening right now because there's so many other organizations that need our support. So I'll admit it, like it's been a struggle for me to kind of put it out there. But I will say this, that in my experience with performing, that doing shows like this, especially since it's comedy based, is a really, really great place for people to just forget about everything else. And again, if you are going through something and you just want a couple hours to just like not think about anything, this is the perfect place for you. It's kind of leave your worries at the door, come laugh your butt off with us for a couple hours and have fun.
That is so true. When I'm having like just one of those days, or you know, it just seems like there's too much crazy stuff going on, popping on like Netflix and going through the comedy shows changes it. And I'll pick like, let's watch like the stupidest movies ever, like Interview, or you know, something crazy, something far out. Spaceballs, another one. The Airplane series.
I love Airplane.
Like, and we don't make too many movies like that much anymore. And I wish they made more because those things, oh my God, they help so much. All right, so. This is really cool. I'm so happy that you're, you know, out here doing big things, and you're still Kimee though. That's the best.
I am. I really am.
I mean, that's always awesome to me. You know, that's why I always love you.
I'm like sweating. There's nothing like glamorous about this. I'm like sweating.
And you always been like hella real.
I have a cowlick.
So
it's great.
Mother. Sorry. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out the Solid Podcast. I'm your host, Doc Rock. I love it when I get to have my homies come on and talk story with me, so you guys don't just have to hear me ranting about the NFL and that orange pumpkin, whatever his face name is. 45, that's what we'll call him. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Where can people find you, Kimee? If they want to be your friend, how can they find you?
If they want to find me and be my friend, you can find me at kimeeb.com, KIMEEB.com. But check out the Sketchfest. We only have a few days left on our Kickstarter. The festival's coming up in a few weeks, and we still need to raise some money, so it's going to be a good night.
Cool, very much. If you need to catch me, I am Doc Rock at DOCROCK all over the planet. And don't forget to subscribe and like the show. You can find the episodes at solid.fm. Of course, download it directly through iTunes or Google Play. And please leave reviews. Reviews and pressing 5 stars, 5. Pressing 5 stars, 5. Just, it helps. It's just the only way people can help find the show. Share it, discover it. Thank you so much, Kimee. Aloha. What's the word? Salamapo. Are you making weird faces?
I just like that I'm in the background. It makes me look thinner.